SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission-free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for star, R for radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and intact? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of a prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination intact. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamp Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Prampram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Prampram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour Show on Star Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour Show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Star Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Outrageos from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission-free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for star, R for radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Broadcasting live online.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and intact? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of a prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination intact. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820, or you can visit our website www.welllamb.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamb@gmail.com. Well Lamb Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour Show on Star Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour Show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Star Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Outrageos from Sendwave. Sendwave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With Sendwave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, Sendwave is absolutely commission-free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use Sendwave? Sendwave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for star, R for radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about Sendwave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Sit back, relax. All around the world.
Hi there, this is CJ Buckman, your life coach. And whenever I'm in London, I listen to Star Radio UK right here. But guess what? You can listen to wherever you are.
The coolest way to start your weekend.
Online, on mobile, and soon on DAB. This is Star Radio UK, the leading Afro-Caribbean radio station in London.
In your car,
at work,
at home,
on your smartphone.
The best radio show.
Welcome.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Super duper What a year to be back again on the Property Hour Show live on Star Radio UK. This and every Thursday from the hours of 7 p.m. To 8 p.m. UK time. And you know what? Hey, this is 2025 and I'm super excited to start the year on a great note. Not just a good note, but a great note. And I'm KB Bossman, your host, and my co-host Vicky Newton. At the moment, you know what? She had to relax because of she had an appointment, and so she's been granted leave to relax a little bit, and she'll be back, God willing, next week. But you know what? What a year to start the property show with the one and only, the gaffer, the man that makes it happen. He's one of a kind in our generation, and his story, I mean, if you're one of our favorite listeners, you will know him. You'll fall in love with him as to his story, his work ethics, his passion to see people succeed. And I'm going to talk more about him. He's one and only Dr. Dawhra, and he's all set and ready. He's going to share some, you know what to make you succeed. It's possible in this 2025. You might be working anywhere, everywhere, whatever, but you know what? I guarantee you that you get your notepad and a pen and let's roll. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. So welcome to the Property Hour Show live on Star Radio UK. We're streaming on almost every social media network and on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitter, so many. TuneIn Radio. If you're driving, hey, just pull over and get TuneIn Radio or get our app and listen on the go, or www.starradiouk.com, and you can listen on the go. And you know what? This night it's going to be awesome, and I know he might have some secrets for you. Not just secrets, but I've not spoken to him about this, but I believe that he's going to share some of the success stories, and also he's going to give some goodies. So I'll urge you that if you have received a link, please click share and share and share and share and let somebody learn. So I'm going to get our very special guest on. He is a triple VIP guest. So as you know, we don't joke with our VIP guest, triple VIP guest, and he is all set and ready for us to roll. But before he joins me, please do us a favor. If you want to send us a question or a contribution, or you have anything that's got to do with property or the topic that we're discussing, you know what? We will not open the phone lines simply because people don't go straight to the point, and that takes a lot of time for us to be able to take more calls. So what we resolve to do is to do what? Send us your message on either on YouTube or on Twitter, or on that Twitter is X now, or you can send us a message on Facebook. On KB Bossman Facebook page, on Achiham Facebook page, and also Star Radio UK fan page. You can send us a message and we'll be more than happy to do what? To respond, and our guest will do their best to respond as well. So we're gonna kick the ball rolling. I'm super excited. He's my boss, he's my gaffer, the one and only Jack. Oh, once again, it's
Bossman, thank you for having me.
Jack, I'm super excited. You know what? And anytime you come on, there's this energy that energy mood that I get myself into, and I love it. I love it. How have you been?
I have been fantastic.
Wonderful.
And if you say it is fantastic, then it does become one.
Yes, yes, it does. And doctor, you know what? Forgive me. Not you. I know you are not a fan of this whole title stuff, but
Yeah, none of that.
I know you're not. But for me, it's an honor. So, Dr. Jack Dawhra, he's been honored, and we have to give honor to whom honor is due. So, Jack, thank you and congratulations. Since you got the doctorate, we've not been able to host you, and I believe that this is a good time to say congratulations once again
Thank you.
on
Thank
this
you.
honor. And I
Thank
believe
you.
we can start from that point. Your story has been fantastic from one level
Thank you.
of greatness to another. So you can let us in on how the journey has been so far, and then we can move to other matters.
Thank you, Bossman. Interestingly, my name was recommended for an honorary doctorate last year
Wow.
from Chicago Open University.
Mm.
So I went to get the award. So I'm now able to use a doctor in front of my name. Just so no one confuses, I'm not a medical doctor. I am just an honorary doctorate. I do believe titles don't mean anything.
Mm.
Your CEO or the founder title or the doctor title does not make you who you are.
Mm.
Who you are is connected to how you serve the world. So that's the reason I'm here.
Awesome. And thank you for that, because some people are a bit insecure, and when it comes to titles, and if you make a mistake of not adding their title to their names, they get offended.
To me, it doesn't matter.
I know the kind of person you are, and it's good to know that it's an encouragement to all of us. And then we're in a new year, brand new year, 2025. I know we're wrapping up. January is wrapping up, but it's still new. We've got 11 months to go. How was 2024 for you?
I was resting.
You were resting.
I was resting.
How come?
I did some really good deals. I took. I have taken almost a year and a half now, where I've only barely worked a couple of hours a day.
Right.
I spend more time with my family, my mom, who's in India. Even right now, I am in Delhi, which is about 5.5 hours ahead of UK.
Oh my, sorry.
So I've spent a lot of time with the family. I think some of the members might know this. My son had hurt himself, so he needed more time. He was only 1.5 years old. He's now 3.5. So I've been spending lots of time with him to make sure that he's okay.
Yeah.
But I've been resting a lot. Not that I've been not working, but it's a lot more been part time. I do delegate a lot of what I do anyway, so the work carries on behind the scene. I just personally do a lot less work at the moment.
You use a very important word, delegation, and it's a whole topic to talk about. And that you've gotten to that point where you're able to rest but still lead and manage.
Yes. In fact, one of the things that again most people don't get right. I mean, we have a huge network. We are actually one of the largest networks in the country, right?
Yeah.
Property network.
Yes.
And one of the things that I observe when I speak with people in the network is they don't look at life and business as an you got to act like an investor.
Mm-hmm.
And when you start to act like an investor, that means you need to start delegating.
Yes.
Okay. And unless you don't delegate, you cannot be an investor. You cannot be a leader. So at this moment of time, I can say about 97% of what I do is delegated. I barely do about
90
3% of the.
97.
Oh yeah, that is right. Yes, yes. And I have been fortunate as well. I have worked really hard for it. I've worked smart for it. I always tell people, don't just work hard. It's about working a lot more smarter. But at the same time, I've worked really, really hard throughout the years. I mean, I started working when I was like 14 years old. I'm 45. I'm gonna be 45 this month.
Wow.
Okay. Well, then I say this month, next month. And so I've been working for over 30 years of my life. But at the same time, I learned this a long time ago. When you start to act like an investor, irrespective of what you do, you make different decisions. And that's when delegation comes. So you gotta do that. Otherwise, you would never grow. It's just impossible to grow.
I like what you said. It's impossible to grow if you don't learn how to delegate, and that has been. You see, there's this fear of leaders and managers and entrepreneurs thinking that if they delegate, that they have trust issues. What would you say?
All the time.
What would you say the main issue is?
So this is how you got to look at when you delegate a job to someone. This is how you got to look at it. No one is going to do the job as well as you do.
Yes.
Otherwise, they wouldn't be working for you. Okay, they would be working for themselves. Okay. If they can do up to the level of 70%, that's good.
Right.
And then you obviously keep training them, keep mentoring them. But if they can do as much as 70%, I'd let someone else do the job. And don't bring your ego into it, because there's a lot of negative ego into, oh, I can do better than you.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do it myself. But then you can't do, if you're in property business, you can't go and find the deals yourself. You can't go and analyze. You can't go and negotiate. You can't bring the money in. You can't make them profitable. You can't rinse and repeat. You can't do everything yourself. It's impossible. You need people to do the work for you. It's not just about property. It's any business, right?
Yeah.
Property is a business. So you can't be the brickie. You can't be the plumber. You can't be the electrician. You have to find people who are going to do a job. And like I said, as long as you don't bring your negative ego into saying, oh, I can do better than you, as long as they do a 70% job, you start hiring people.
So it's about taking the self out.
It is all the time. Oh, every single time. I think negative ego of self is the biggest hindrance when it comes to actual growth. That's personal as well as professional growth.
So, self is an enemy of growth, in other words.
Yes, and vice versa, which means self is the enemy of growth, as well as self is I'm trying to find the right word. It's the best friend of growth. It's the best friend of growth as well as the enemy at the same time. It's just understanding how to use that self.
Right. Okay, that's very interesting. And there are a lot of people that, if we to talk about delegation and how people can have that free role to play, and then not just to play, but also to do other things that will add value. Is it not more, apart from the insecurity, is it not people looking to sort of, their heart is all out for money? Because I remember the first interview we had a couple of years back, how you started with free information.
Yeah.
You started, releasing information, and we were, myself and Vicky were like, why are you doing that? You did everything to help people for free. And today, look where you are. So, is it the fact that people are money conscious, money driven? So then they lose that side of delegation. Is that the case?
You've made a really good point there, Bossman. So if I was to look at the biggest hindrances in growth,
Yes.
either like I said, personal or professional, the first one is negative ego, which is self, and really the second one is just too much money driven.
Right.
You're not supposed to start a business because you want to make money. You're supposed to start a business when you have a pain in the market, and then you're there to solve that pain. That's how you make. The subject of this session is outrageous profits.
Yes.
You can make outrageous profits if you don't focus on money. It may sound paradoxical, but that's the reality of it. Do not get into property business because you want to make money. Get into property business because there's a pain in the market. For that matter, I can give you, the biggest pain points in UK at the moment is this housing shortage, right? There's rental crisis. Okay. How are you coming into the picture to solve a problem, and then that will allow you to make profits? Just coming up with the perspective of I want to solve a problem rather than I want to make money, and that changes everything.
I want to solve a problem rather than I want to make money. Even though money is a major factor and a motivator to a lot of people.
It's a major factor for those who consider money as everything. While money is only at 25% of the equation and is only a tool for life.
25% of
the equation of life.
That's interesting. Very interesting.
I'm happy to share that, if you had, let's say, £1 million on you, and I said, either you give me the £1 million or I'm going to cut your hand.
Yeah.
What would you do?
I'll give you the $1 million.
Simple. So money is not the main factor. It's your health and well-being. Okay. Now let's say you've got a family member. I put a gun on their head. I say, I'm going to take away that family member. You either you give me the money. What are you going to do? Okay.
I'll give the money.
It goes in the chronological order of things, where you'd give more importance to, your health and well-being. You'd give more importance to your loved ones. And then if and only if you give some importance to money, that money will come into the picture. It literally is 25% of the equation of life. And if you really look at money, what is money, right? The governments can print it. Okay? It is literally a tool. As in, if you need to hit the nail, it's like a hammer.
Yeah.
That's all it is. And if you give it only as much importance that it deserves, then you won't make decisions like most people do, like they give so much more importance to money, and that eventually really becomes the biggest hindrance of them not making money. Paradoxical.
This is very interesting. I wish the topic was on money, because there are so many questions flying through my head, my mind, and I'm like, seriously, because we set out not to give solutions or offer solutions, but we set out to make money, and so we end up working so hard and bringing in that much, so go on.
Blows my mind how many people get into property business or any business, and they create a cage for themselves.
A cage.
They create a cage. They create another employment for themselves, and then look back 5, 10, 20 years later thinking, what the hell have I just done? Business is supposed to give you freedom. Freedom of the only thing that has any value in the world, that is time. Okay? And if you don't have that time freedom, you practically have built yourself a cage.
Wow.
And I can promise you, I still look back when I was 18, 19 years old. I used to, I joined my family business when I was, so when I was like 17, 18 years old.
Yeah.
And I still look back and I remember that time thinking, we were, me, my dad, we used to have 3-4 people working for us. But if we didn't go to the office and didn't do the work, then we would not make any money. And I always, even at that age, I knew that this is not a business, this is a cage. I could literally understand at that age.
Yeah.
And when I went through the journey, and I can tell you now, for example, going through that many years, I am not in a cage. You know, I can go and live wherever I want to in the world. I can go and spend time with who's, you know, there is actually called the F money, right? The F money means you can say anyone F off.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't matter to you. You need to get to that point. But the only way to get to that point is when you don't give that kind of importance to money. You only give importance to the problem you're solving in the business. You know, when I'm on a call with anyone who is looking to invest their time into property business, right?
Yeah.
I want to make sure that they leave with enough clarity on their next steps. Okay? I don't worry about, how are they going to pay me? Because if they can go and have clarity on their next steps and they go and they make that money, they will come back and then they will pay me money. Okay? It's not, see, the journey is about bringing value on the table.
Yeah.
The journey is not about anything else besides that.
Yeah.
And how do you take value and grow exponentially with that? And for those who understand that, they can property is an amazing tool. It's not the best tool, but it's an amazing tool to achieve time freedom. Financial freedom is just a part of it. Financial and time freedom.
Yeah.
From just one single deal. You know, people worry, I need to do a deal every week.
Yeah.
No, you don't. You can achieve literally financial and time freedom from one single property deal. As long as you understand what to look out for and how to literally do the deal the right way. I share this all the time. Like, people rush into things, they make all kinds of wrong decisions, you know. And another thing that a lot of people don't realize is when you do achieve financial freedom, it comes with its own disadvantages. Okay?
Yeah.
And that is waking up and not knowing what the hell do you want to do in the first place. Okay? So that's another story for another day, right?
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that financial and time freedom is so seriously simple, yet people make it complicated and difficult. And it's simple as once you understand how to do a real mega deal, you just won't look back. Like, it's just so simple, unbelievably simple. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm saying it's simple.
It's not easy, but it's simple. It's about getting to know. Now, right. Okay. If you've just joined us, you're live on Star Radio UK, and the program is the Property Hour Show this and every Thursday from the hours of 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. My guest tonight is Dr. Dawhra. He is the founder of the Property Entrepreneurs Network. It is a massive property network. If you're looking to become, a property professional, if you want to learn, if you want to get into deals, understand strategies, if you want to learn the ethics of it, if you want to learn how to become, this man has been through the grill and the mill, and where he is amazing, and massive network. So hey, if you're watching us and you want to learn more, there's so much you can get out of it, and we're going to get into the details of the outrageous profit in property, that the topic that we're discussing tonight. And I want you to do us a favor and keep sharing and let as many people receive this all important information, because whoever is informing you is forming you. So if you get good information, you'll be formed the right way, or you get to where you have to get to. So very important. So we're getting into real business now. I'm super excited. You know what, Jack? So I mean, we put this topic out there, and people are asking, what is outrageous about profits in property? And I mean, what do you want to talk about? And I'm like, wait till it happens. Wait till you get information about what this man is talking about. So what do you mean by outrageous profit?
Okay. I started by saying that money is a secondary thing, right? It's like a tool. Please bear that in mind while I share what I'm about to share with you, right?
Okay.
Actually, in fact, let me tell you a story.
Okay, please.
I actually interviewed someone today,
right,
on commercial investments, commercial asset management. Okay. She's actually an expert in UK. The interview is going to come out on my channel on YouTube, and pretty much all the social platforms. And here is something it was a good reminder for me.
Okay.
Money, making outrageous profits on money,
yes,
is a lot of paper exchange exercise.
Paper exchange exercise.
Yes. You don't have to pick a brick up and start building something, developing anything. It can just purely be a paper exchange. Okay?
I love this.
Now, I'm not telling you anything new.
Yes.
This is all there for you to go and check and understand. I will take you into a bit more depth, but this has been the case for centuries.
Right.
It's a bit more commercial now, and I'll give you a couple of examples. Okay?
Please do.
So one of my clients came to me, and he wanted to buy a retail shop.
Right.
He applied for 50% loan. He was buying that shop for 250 grand. So he applied for 50% loan. We got him a 125 grand loan. He went on to buy the shop, changed the tenant.
Right.
So instead of the one that he had, which was a small, medium-sized business, he brought in a PLC tenant.
Okay. That's massive.
That added the value, or increased the value of the shop from 250 grand to 500,000 just by changing the tenant.
Right.
It's called investment yield. Okay?
Yeah.
It is calculated based on the quality of the tenant.
Yeah.
So just by removing the existing tenant, which was a small size business, and brought in a new tenant, which was a PLC business, changed the investment yield of that retail premises,
yeah,
making it double the value.
Wow.
So he added value worth £250,000 just with a paper exchange exercise.
Paper
I will give you another example.
Okay, please go ahead.
I will give you another.
Yes.
Sorry, say that again.
No, I was saying that the paper exchange exercise. I love that. Please go ahead.
So another paper exchange exercise. So we did a deal where we took an option agreement on a detached house, really large detached house. We signed it for £1, delayed completion 24 months later, eventual agreed price 1.1 million. We applied for planning permission. We got planning permission for 8 units. That's 6 flats and 2 semis.
Wow.
We did not develop it. we sold the option agreement for 1.7 million, making a 600 grand profit, investing only 20 grand between legals, architects and planners.
Wow.
A paper exchange exercise.
Mm-hmm.
I'll share with you another deal which is a bit of a hybrid paper exchange exercise.
Hybrid.
Yeah, hybrid, because on this one I actually did a refurb.
Okay.
So this one it came in the market at 350. It was a 20-bed operational hotel.
Mm-hmm.
We managed to get it at 220. We spent another 65 grand refurbing it. It's now valued at 500,000. So the cost to us was 285, 290. It's now valued at 500,000. So there's equity or value added were 210 grand.
Yeah.
It's leased out to a corporate. So we added 9 more rooms, eventually making it 20 plus 9 plus another 231 rooms. And then it's rented out to a corporate company at £47,000 net rental income.
Net. Is it monthly or?
No, 47 grand annual income.
Annual. Okay.
Annual income. Okay.
Okay.
Now we bought this property all cash. So we are getting all of this net. So the rental income all in cash because it's an FRI lease, which means that, the repair, fully repairable and insurable lease, right? So we don't maintain it. We don't pay the insurance. Everything gets paid by the tenant. We get just literally net rental income as in 47 grand a year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Not just that we added value worth 210 grand. We also rented out on a just shy of £1,000 a week. Right? That's life-changing money for most people. Okay? And remember, that's hands-off investment because once you give an FRI lease, you are not responsible for anything at all except that you see the money coming into your account.
That's true.
Okay?
Yeah.
Now, when you look at profits, you need to learn the system in business, in any business, especially property, where you can be completely hands-off and still only with a paper exchange exercise make substantial profits. Okay?
Yeah.
That's something most people never get to learn because they don't invest time and money on themselves. Like I said, I was taking the interview with this commercial investment expert, asset management expert.
Yeah.
And she was a qualified chartered surveyor as well, commercial surveyor.
Okay.
And she said to me, not just her, but me and, so many people out there, is most people don't invest the time for the growth of this.
The mind.
Right?
The mind.
The mind. The more you grow your mind as in personal and professional development. The more you will grow on ground, making it practically paper exchange exercises. Imagine what I'm sharing with you.
Yeah.
Like as basic as, you can find a retail premises.
Yeah.
Change the tenant from a small business to a PLC. And add double the value of the premises. Most people have not got a clue how to do this. But just by knowing this and implementing it on ground, you can go and attract more investors. You can do it for someone else and charge a sourcing fee.
Yeah.
You can go and do it for someone else and manage these premises. You can create an asset management company at the back of that. I was speaking with someone about a month ago, and the guy manages a portfolio of 750 million.
Right.
Okay. Is that all of his own money? No. It's an asset management company. He manages the portfolio of other property investors.
Yeah.
But he understands the game. He understands that he can acquire these assets through, either leases or rent-to-rent models, or even in some cases acquiring for their own portfolio and holding it into their own portfolio.
Yeah.
And then bringing managers in, and then creating an asset management company at the back of that. They understand that. Okay.
Yeah.
Likewise, I think you know that we are heading towards a franchise model. It took me literally 7 years working behind the scene and trying to see what actually really works in property business. And then we created a franchise at the back of that. We are at number 18 in just shy of 3 months. So we sold 18 franchises in less than 3 months.
Wow.
Okay. And the only reason we are able to do that is because we understand what actually works and what doesn't.
What doesn't?
Buy to let does not work. HMOs is a shitty investment, like it's a crap investment. If you're developing, it's really painful. I'm not saying it's not a great strategy. I know developers who make over £1 million a year. Some even make up to 5 and 6 million a year, right? But it's a painful strategy, right? And then conversions is another painful strategy. But then when you work on planning gain, that's the strategy with the least effort and most rewarding. Okay, because that actually in and itself is more like a paper exchange exercise.
Yeah.
Right? But you're adding so much value, you can literally walk away with outrageous profits. I had a client. He took a small plot in a city center.
Right.
He applied for planning permission for 10 floors.
10 floors.
He got the 10 floors of flats. He got the planning permission. He added value, as in planning gain value alone, of £8 million. Okay? I can tell you, it was in Birmingham city centre.
That's truly outrageous.
It is. But it's not very difficult. It's still a paper exchange exercise.
Yeah.
It still is understanding. Like I said, it's not easy, but it's simple. If you dig deeper into planning gain and development and understand that game in depth, you can make these profits.
Wow.
I think you can see behind the scene, Bossman.
Yeah.
We've generated roughly about 3,000 property leads.
Yeah.
Between the 3 strategies that we cover, that's planning gain, block management, and hotel management.
Yeah.
3,000 plus leads in the last literally 3 months alone.
3 months, yeah.
Okay. And the only reason we've been able to get to this point is when first understanding the depth, right? You really need to understand the depth of these strategies, the criteria you need to focus on.
Yeah.
And then once you have that clarity, that you understand the depth, the technical depth of it.
Yeah.
And it's not very difficult. It's literally isn't. I was speaking on a gig literally a couple of weeks ago, right?
Right.
And the guys asked me a question about, if what because the host knew I have a young daughter, right?
Okay.
My daughter is 9 years old.
Right.
And he asked me the question about, how would you teach all of this to your daughter? I said, look, I can have my daughter. In fact, I actually mentioned this to my daughter. She's going to be 10 in a few months, right? I said to my daughter, you can come and shadow me for a month, straight a month, and I can almost guarantee that you'll make at least, even as a 12, 13-year-old,
yeah,
you will make at least 100 grand a year.
Wow. That's interesting.
and it's just simple. It's not even very difficult, I must say, right? I won't say it's easy, but it's not very difficult either.
I do understand, and thank you for letting us in, because you know what, there are so many people that we've interviewed in the past, and they will not talk about the kind of stuff and information you are given. They don't even let you know. They just go round and round and round. What the main opportunities are, but you have given us, not just confidence, but also more. It looks more as a great opportunity, and on Vicky is on Facebook putting questions and contributions there. She's saying that it sounds so easy. Yes, Vicky, it's easy if you.
It's not very difficult. It's not very difficult. Let me give you an example, okay?
Yes.
You go to a high street. You see a takeaway on sale.
Yeah.
Okay. Go and speak with the estate agent or whosoever is selling it.
Yeah.
Right. Pick up the phone and call any of those, PLC companies. Call Greg's. Call Costa Coffee. Call any of these, a huge number of PLC catering or food companies, and say, would you take a shop on this high street? Don't give the address. Just say, would you take a shop on this high street on lease? If they say yes, go and take that shop on. You've just added, literally, you've doubled the value of the shop. If you buy it for, let's say, $500,000, and you bring that new tenant in, you've just added, doubled the value to $1 million. You pay $500,000, you bring the new tenant in, it's now worth £1 million.
Vicky, you need to pay a consultation fee for this.
Okay, and here is how it becomes more interesting. If you're buying it for $500,000, you can actually borrow up to 65% as debt. So you need about 150 grand of your own money, or let's say another 10 grand extra, 160 odd grand or 170 odd grand.
Yeah.
And then you can borrow the 350. You can bring the new tenant in give them a long-term lease, and then when you value it again, it'll be worth £1 million. You pull out all of your money when you refinance it, because now you can refinance it at 650 grand. Pay the 350 back to the old lender, and you've got a profit of 300 grand in your pocket. You invested 150, 170. You've got a profit of 130 grand. Go rinse and repeat.
That's outrageous, truly. That's outrageous.
Okay. It's not very difficult. At the same time, planning gain, right?
Yeah.
You walk around a street, you see a block of, let's say, 10 flats.
Yeah.
Okay, or 9 flats. When you get to 10, social housing kicks in. But let's say 9 flats. You're going to see lots of 9 flats, all right? So you walk around, you see a block of 9 flats. Okay?
Yeah.
The next one on the same street, same size plot, is a detached house.
Yeah.
Go and negotiate an option agreement with the person. You're likely going to get planning for another 9 flats. How difficult is that? Right?
There's an opportunity.
We're biologically wired monkeys, right? All you have to do is copy paste.
It's straightforward.
Okay. Yeah, it's copy paste. And how difficult it is when you walk around London streets, right? How difficult it is that on a single street you would see 10 different blocks, and then the rest of them are all detached and semi-houses.
Yeah.
Same size plots. All the time you see them. Right? You walk across, you see a corner plot with a massive garden. Right?
Yeah.
There's housing shortage. You go and check the ordnance survey map. You go and check the properties, a street up or a street down. If there's precedent set, you're likely going to get planning permission for, X number of flats, or maybe 2 semis in the garden or whatever. It's not rocket science. It's just copy pasting, right? Yes, you do have to dig into some technical aspects.
Yeah.
But, if you got everything super easy, you won't even respect it, right?
That's true. 100%. I agree with you 100%, because everything that is free, we have the tendency of overlooking, not just that, but even looking down upon that opportunity. We think that, that's too easy. And, the kind of stuff that you are sharing tonight, people, I know people, and I don't want to name names, that are charging thousands of pounds for people to attend boot camps and all these kind of trainings. Thousands of them, as much as 20 grand. People are charging.
Yes, I am aware. Yes.
Exactly. And so what you're sharing here, if you're here, you're watching, you're listening to us on radio or watching on social media, you know what? This is a great opportunity. Jack is going to let us in on, if you want to take advantage of this opportunity, how you can get access to. He's going to give us all the information you can right now. I know that on YouTube and on Facebook, people are there. People are not dropping enough information. But if you want to send us a message, because we're just about to be wrapping up. I know Jack is far ahead of us in terms of time, so we're stretching him a little bit in terms of time. We're about to be wrapping up, but you know what? This year, Jack is going to give us a bit more of his time. That at least every month he's going to be on. So please make a date, and remember, we're going to be learning more, and not just learn more. He said one thing. If you're not taking anything out tonight, take this as a takeaway. He said, if you get everything here, I mean, if your mind is renewed by getting knowledge, everything will conform. You begin to manifest what you've been dreaming to become. It's straightforward. You know, as a man thinketh, so is that person. How you think, you cannot think poor and grow rich. No, it's not possible. So we most of the time want to make money, but Jack said something, and I said it. I mean, Vicky is my witness. The first show that we had with Jack, the information that he was downloading, and we're like, after even we were in conversation, we're like, why was this guy giving so much information? Because we thought you're giving everything away. You understand? But look, 5-6 years down the line, look, one of the biggest network in the UK and going global, as a matter of fact. So, you know what? Information is key to our advancement in life. For you to advance or get to the next stage, you need information. The information you don't have will keep you in the dark. And if you're in the dark, there's not much you can do. It's as simple as that. Oh man, if you want to send us a WhatsApp text, it's 075 3966 1744. That's 075 3966 1744. If you have my direct WhatsApp you want to send, that's fine. I'll read it. Our time, it's almost up, so it's first come first serve. Please, I will not overlook yours. Vicky put a question. Okay, I don't know if Jack will be answer. Okay, 1 second. Is it that easy to get a loan for this strategy? Jack, we need you. Okay, so
all right. So that's a finance question. That's my strength.
Right.
That's where my strength lies, with numbers.
Okay.
So what kind of strategy are we talking about?
So, Vicky, what kind of? Oh, okay. I think she was talking about one of those strategies you mentioned about the
retail premises.
Retail premises? Yeah, 65 LT.
Yes. So for commercial investments, depending on the kind of commercial it is.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say if it's a hotel,
yeah,
you can easily get anywhere between 50 to 65% debt.
Mm-hmm.
If it's a retail premises, you can get 50 to 65% debt. In most cases, stretching it to 70, 75 is a bit difficult. So if I was you to be on the safe side, keep in mind that you can get about 50 to 65%.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, Vicky, you are in-house, so no worries at all. We can talk about that later on. But if any, let me quickly check if there's any question before we wrap up. And Jack, we will appreciate if you can give us. Okay. 1 second. Oh. Okay. We want to, I mean, for listeners and people viewing across the world, most especially in the UK, if they are looking to connect with you, and let me say that Jack is he's a mentor, he's a coach, he's a trainer and a leader as well. I wonder how he's able to get that enough time to make sure he has a personal touch with you. I don't know how this man does this then.
All right, okay. Here is something interesting I'll share with everyone, okay?
Okay.
Even though I train and mentor, we don't charge for trainings and mentoring, okay?
Yeah. Okay.
So if you want guidance, if you want us to help you out, just send me a message. I'm pretty much on all social platforms, all commercial social platforms, as Dr. Jack Dawhra. Send us a message. If I'll check my diary. We'll book you in for a call. Like I said, you never have to pay for trainings and mentoring. We have a systematic way where you can actually even, I am happy as long as I see you as someone who's committed.
Yeah.
We can give you opportunities where you can join us for absolutely nothing initially. It's almost like try us out.
Yeah.
Okay. But and see, it's almost like try it before you buy it, and then see if it works for you in the first place before you make a decision. Right? Yeah. Like I said, I came across a few franchises previously, and something or the other wasn't working. We've created a system where we can generate the leads for franchises. We can even bring the money as and when required. So both sides of the coin of the property we are covering. Okay, and then you never have to worry about trainings and mentoring. That's a part of the journey that we provide anyway.
Right. Okay. And
I'll throw in very quickly something very interesting.
Yes.
Just reflect back on how some people just live in this zone of they already know that they can make £1 million or millions a year.
Yeah.
While others struggle to even make 10 grand. Okay?
Yeah.
I look at that as nothing more than consciously skilling up. And it's not about, I'm going to think about it and I'm going to attract it. That's not the case.
Right.
It's consciously skilling up to a point where you can sit down with someone. Okay? Imagine you sit down with a banker in the city. He makes $500,000, $1 million a year.
Yeah.
You can sit down with this person. He doesn't know what to do with the money, and you can show him the way to multiply money.
Multiply.
And the more you can multiply his money, the more you can make money for yourself.
That's true.
Okay. It's just a game of skilling up and absolutely nothing else.
Great. I have a question on WhatsApp for you, coming from Nana. He says that good evening, boss. He says, please, I want to know how he started, where he started from, please.
That's a good question. That's a good question, guys. That's an amazing question, right? I came as an immigrant to the country about 25 years ago.
Right.
With £300 in my pocket. I did join my family business when I was 14 years old.
Right.
And that was in India.
Okay.
I moved to UK when I was 19. And I came with 300 in my pocket.
Wow.
And now I've built a portfolio of passive income, allowing me to live anywhere in the world, work with whosoever I want to, and spend my time wherever I want to. Okay? And that's passive income. This is not hands-on income. There's a major difference between active and passive income. I am on completely passive income. And when I do work on active income, I can easily make £500,000, £1 million from a single deal. Okay? And that's, like I said, a lot of humility built into it. At the same time, it's all skills and absolutely nothing else. When I talk, I'm talking very much logic, very much objective. I'm not going to sit there and give you my opinion because opinions don't make money.
Yeah. Opinions don't make money. That's
but
true.
I literally came to the country with £300 in my pocket, and this was in February 2000.
Wow. Amazing. There's a story a story to change almost everybody, and for people to be encouraged and know that if you've done it, everyone
can do it. Let me share something more with you.
Yeah,
I do not have the highest IQ on the planet. Okay, I'm a very much a common man. The good thing about me is that I'm good with numbers.
Yeah.
And my strength is numbers. If you talk about anything else besides numbers, I have to focus 10 times more than, sometimes other people.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm not the most intelligent person in the room. I'm not the most smartest person in the room. I never was, never have been, I probably never will be. But I definitely put a lot more hard work into it to make sure that I can make smart money.
I love that. And that is a man that is so honest and, very transparent, because I said the first I must be honest, the first night I can never forget, we're like, why are you giving away so much information you were giving away? But we've looked through the years and we realized that, you know what, it's more blessing to give than to always receive, and that is what you've been doing all this while. Amazing. And
thank you.
That is something we need to applaud you for. Super. Thank you. So, before we wrap up, Jack, for this topic and for tonight, what would you say? Because, as I said, we're still in the new year. We're just about to cross over into the second month. There are people still sitting on the fence, people still in obscurity, people still, so confused as to either to turn left, leave their jobs, or, so much confusion. So, it's like now the dust is trying to settle, and people are now trying to figure out what they are going to do, how they are going to do it. So, what message do you have for people like that?
That's an interesting question. One thing I learned from Dr. Stephen Covey.
Okay.
For those who read books, they would know Dr. Stephen Covey. Right. One thing I learned from him was, if you're given a tree to cut, and you have, let's say, 5 hours to cut a tree, how would you spend those 5 hours? And he says, I'll spend 4 hours sharpening the saw.
He said he would spend how many hours?
4 hours sharpening the saw.
Oh, okay.
If you had 5, I'd spend 4 hours sharpening the saw.
I love that.
And most people don't do that with themselves. They start cutting the tree with a not so sharp saw and don't actually manage to cut the tree in 5 hours. Okay? So it's about sharpening your mind, as in, may sound cliche, mindset, and your skills. It's personal and professional development. The amount of money I've invested in my own personal trainings and mentoring, the amount of time, which is the most valuable, or for that matter, the only valuable resource we have, the amount of time I've invested in just trainings. Like, I remember one of my mentors, I went and asked a question. He said, have you finished my trainings? I said, no. He says, I'm not going to answer your question. Go back and finish the trainings. It was 168 hours. I really had my head down. I was like, I'm going to finish these. And then when I went back, he said, do you have any questions? I said, maybe just one question. He goes, exactly. Before you watch the trainings, you've not put the work in. You need to put the work in before you ask me questions. So most people don't put the work in. You need to sharpen the saw of the 5 hours, 4 hours.
Wow.
It's not about working hard. It's about working hard on your mind.
Smart.
And then on ground, you would not need to work as hard. Those who practice hard do not bleed on ground. A very common saying. Most people don't follow that. Okay? I have read probably close to about 2,000 books in my life. Okay? And you might ask me, well, where did you get the time? The only reason I have the time is because I've been reading those books. The only reason I have the time and the money and the time freedom now is because I've invested the time to go and take those trainings. Okay? I've watched those videos, I've watched those podcasts. I literally even now, I invest at least an hour a day reading books, taking trainings, listening to podcasts, and those who are on the level that I aspire to be. The difference between someone who is, making 100 grand and another person who's making 100 million.
Yeah.
Sits just here. And that's all just leadership, right?
Yeah.
The more leadership, the more you sharpen your leadership skills,
yeah,
the more you can grow. That's as simple as that.
Amazing.
Just not look. Elon Musk is still an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
And so are you.
Yeah.
And why the difference? Elon Musk is the same with me. I compare myself with the hardcore property investors, entrepreneurs, right?
Yeah.
They are developers, they are investors, so am I. If they're making 100 million and I'm making $1 million, what's the difference? And I'm trying to fill that gap slowly so I can get to that level. It's achieving your full potential, right?
Yeah.
That's all it is. And you can only achieve that when you shadow yourself with those people. And that person doesn't physically have to be present. They can be present in words.
Through their books?
Yep. I remember someone said to me, do you feel lonely sometimes? No. I've got my books with me.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true. That's very true. Wow. we can go on all night, and I'm loving it because I'm inspired. I'm fired up anytime, every time I speak to you, when you're on the show, when we're talking behind the scenes and all the stuff, because you're so positive. I can't stand negative people, and positivity. It's something that you can't do away with if you get into. And so thank you so much, Jack. And for people that want to connect or contact with you, I know earlier on you mentioned social media. You can find me
on all social platforms, pretty much LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, X, Instagram, you name it, YouTube. On YouTube, it's called The Jack Dawhra Show. You can find me on all social platforms pretty much. You can just send us a message and someone will be in touch with you. I do not manage my social media, guys. So someone in my team will message you back and they will eventually put you in touch with me.
Sure. Amazing. Thank you ever so much, Jack. I know it's very late.
Thank you.
Out there.
Not a problem at all.
But you've sacrificed to give us this opportunity. We don't take
not a problem at all. Always happy to serve.
Thank you. We don't take it for granted. But hey, we're going to catch up. But Jack is back with us next month, and I believe that it's going to be another thrilling, inspiring, and also impacting episode where I believe by that time your mind would have made up. You would have made up your mind. And with the kind of strategies he's talking about, you don't immediately have to leave your current job. You've got to start. It's all in the mind. If your mind is right, you get it right. And so let's start the year on a high note, big note, and step up. It's possible. Thank you, Jack.
Thank you, Bossman.
Have a good night, and we'll catch up on the other side. Thank you.
Take care.
All right.
Take care. Bye.
Okay, then, guys. Thank you ever so much for joining us, and it's been a good one. I'll urge you to do a replay. I'll urge you to go back and do a good replay. Play it over. Share the link. Your younger ones and people. Then you know what? Most importantly, we don't get these kind of information on the cheap, and I'm not just shocked, but I wonder why Jack shares this information. And if you are smart enough, you'll be able to write on the back of the information he's given, connect with him, and he will look, there are people charging thousands of pounds for other people to be mentored, but you will get loads and tons of information from Jack. I can guarantee you. I know that. I'm a beneficiary of what he offers. So you can do it. If you want to get into the property business, or you become a professional, look, don't miss out this year. If you want to connect with him, you can also come through me. I will connect you to him. And you know what? It will be happy days. So 2025, you've got a choice to make. It's still brand new. 11 months to go. We are hitting the last day of January. You know what? Better days ahead. And it's going to be awesome. So thank you ever so much tonight. It's been a good night on the Property Hour Show. I'm KB Bossman, my co-host Vicky Newton. And we're back again next week, same time, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. But hey, I want you to join me on Faith Talk. We're back with a bang, and it's going to be awesome. We're going to be having some amazing interviews. We're going to talk about health, politics. We're going to talk. I mean, when I talk politics, people are like the spiritual ones. They are like, why do you want to talk about politics? But we have presidents. We had a president who was a refugee president who was ruling over 3 continents put together, and he was still anointed. So why can't you as a believer talk about politics? If you want the system to change, you get into that space and change the system. No matter who you are, you have to make a difference. So join me Sunday. It's going to be 4 p.m. sharp. You don't know, but look out on our social media for who is going to be joining me, and it's going to be an amazing one. Thank you for joining us on the Property Hour Show. Our sponsors have been Kerry's Furniture in Atlanta, Georgia, and also in Community 25 Tema. It's amazing. You know what? The sale is, they've wrapped up the sale for January, but you can still get a 15% discount if you should mention Star Radio UK or the Property Hour Show or KB Bossman. You get a 15% discount. They deliver nationwide in Ghana. And so it's Kerry's Furniture, www.kerrysfurnituregh.com. And I believe you'll be able to get your furniture or home or interior deco, and you will not miss out. In Atlanta, Georgia, they can deliver to anywhere on the planet, from Casablanca to Kotokraba. They will deliver to your doorstep. And so you can connect with them as well on either Twitter, which is X, or Facebook. Type Kerry's Furniture and you will not regret it. Quality for a less price. But you know what? Thank you so much for tuning in. And I believe that this year is going to be bigger, better than ever. So, hey, good night. Adios. Have a pleasant night, and I'll catch you on the flip side on Sunday, 4 p.m. It's going to be good on Faith Talk Live on Star Radio UK. Thank you so much, my producer, Pastor Achiyamon. I'm grateful. Thank you. Good night. And okay, the African tune. Let's go. Let's do this.
This is Star Radio UK.
In your car,
At work,
at home,
on your smartphone. The best radio show. Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7. Only the best music. While the others keep on talking, we keep on rocking. Thanks for listening.
all around the world.
Online, on mobile, and soon on DAB. This is Star Radio UK, the leading Afro-Caribbean radio station in London.
Broadcasting live online.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for listening.
Hi there, this is CJ Buckman, your life coach. And whenever I'm in London, I listen to Star Radio UK right here. But guess what? You can listen to wherever you are.
The coolest way to start your weekend.
Broadcasting live online.
On mobile and soon on DAB. This is Star Radio UK, the leading Afro-Caribbean radio station in London.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for listening. While the others keep on talking, we keep on rocking.